The film begins from the perspective of an ordinary man riding a packed subway during rush hour. The carriage is noisy and tense, and suddenly the sound of a baby crying pierces through the crowd. One irritated passenger snaps, angrily shouting at the infant and berating the mother for daring to bring a child onto a crowded train. Everyone else avoids eye contact, glued to their phones, pretending not to notice. Moments later, the man receives a phone call. He ignores it and exits the subway. Almost immediately, his phone rings again. This time, he reluctantly answers and tells the caller he is on his way to work. The woman on the line turns out to be his ex-girlfriend. She drops a bombshell. She is in the hospital and has just learned that she is pregnant with his child. She asks him what she should do and wants his opinion. The news overwhelms him. Panic freezes him in place, leaving him unable to respond. He asks where she is and insists on coming to see her, but she stops him, saying she has already decided what to do. She begins to explain her decision, but the signal becomes distorted and her words are unclear. Anxiety builds as he rushes through an underground passage trying to catch another train. Suddenly, the call cuts off entirely. As he moves forward, he notices a sign above him marked Exit 8. At the same time, a strange elderly man walks past him without acknowledging his presence. Continuing onward, the man encounters a wall display reading Exit 0. Seconds later, something impossible happens. He finds himself back where he started, staring once again at the same exit sign and the same silent old man. No matter how far he walks, the corridor resets. The hallway, the signs, and the elderly figure repeat endlessly. This is when we finally see the protagonist's face clearly. He is identified as the lost man. He slowly understands the horrifying truth. He is trapped inside an infinite loop, doomed to return to the same central hall no matter what direction he chooses. Terrified, he turns around to confront the old man, but panic takes over and he runs. No matter how fast or far he goes, every path leads back to the same hallway. He tries sprinting in the opposite direction, same result. Desperate, he attempts to trigger the emergency alarm, but it does nothing. He tries opening nearby doors, only to find them all locked. Suddenly, he notices blood dripping onto his clothes. Looking up, he realizes it is seeping down from the overhead sign. Horrified, he runs again, and this time something changes. The wallboard now reads Exit 1 instead of 0. Nearby, he spots a poster explaining the rules of this place. It warns travelers to watch closely for abnormalities. If nothing is out of place, they must continue forward and never look back. However, if an abnormality is detected, they must immediately turn around and retrace their steps. Following the rules, the lost man proceeds and returns to the central hall. The blood is gone, confirming it was an anomaly. When the old man passes by again, the lost man asks him what qualifies as an abnormality and where Exit 8 is located. The old man remains silent. Confused and frustrated, the lost man moves forward, only to be stunned when the exit display once again resets to Exit 0. Refusing to give up, he begins documenting everything. He takes photos of the surroundings and even captures an image of the old man. Eventually, he reaches Exit 1 again, meaning he still has 7 levels to go. But when he checks his phone back in the central hall, all the photos are corrupted, replaced with flickering yellow static. As he studies the hallway more carefully, everything appears normal, until he turns around and finds the old man standing inches behind him, smiling unnaturally. Remembering the rules, the lost man recognizes this as an abnormality and immediately turns back. The old man follows him, smiling grotesquely. The lost man runs as fast as he can, and this time it works. He reaches Exit 2. At the next loop, everything seems fine until he hears a baby crying inside a locker. Deeply disturbed, he tries to open it but realizes this must be another abnormality. He turns back and successfully reaches Exit 3. The stress triggers a severe asthma attack. He coughs violently but manages to calm himself and continue. Back in the central hall, nothing appears wrong, until he notices the photos on the walls staring directly at him. Terrified, he immediately turns around and reaches exit 4, marking the halfway point. With renewed hope, he presses on and reaches exit 5. Back in the central hall, there are still no abnormalities, until his phone rings. It is his ex again. After initially rejecting the call, he answers. He explains that he is trapped underground and cannot escape. She asks once more what she should do about the pregnancy. He admits that earlier on the subway, he witnessed a woman being verbally attacked because her baby was crying. No one intervened, not even him. He confesses through tears that he does not believe he is capable of being a good father. As he walks forward, he suddenly sees his ex standing behind him. He hangs up the phone and sees the exit has reset to exit 0, confirming the call was an anomaly. There is no cell signal here. Broken, he starts over yet again. The hallway suddenly turns entirely yellow. His asthma worsens and he collapses, seemingly giving up. But after a while, he forces himself to stand, turns around, and once again reaches exit 1. This time, he encounters a small boy in the hallway. Assuming the child is an anomaly, he turns back, but the exit resets to 0, proving the boy is real. When he asks the boy if he is lost, the child says nothing and runs away, later pointing silently toward the old man. The perspective shifts to the elderly figure, now called the walking man. We learn he too is trapped in the loop. Earlier he reached exit 4 and met the same boy, deciding to protect him. As they progress together, a girl repeatedly passes by. They reach exit 5, bringing the walking man close to freedom. Later, the girl approaches them and asks to join, claiming she is lost. The walking man agrees. However, she begins repeating unsettling phrases about staying forever and escaping the stress of daily life. Realizing she is an anomaly, the man turns back with the boy and reaches exit 6. In the next cycle, the boy notices a strange knob on a door that was not there before. The walking man fails to understand the warning and drags the child away, resetting them to exit 0. Enraged, the man lashes out, destroying the instruction sign and screaming about missing his chance to see his child. He apologizes and convinces the boy to try again. They soon discover a staircase that appears to lead out. Overcome with hope, the walking man rushes toward it. The boy tries to stop him, knowing it is an anomaly, but the man pushes him aside and disappears. The boy later confirms this by reaching exit 1 alone. The walking man reappears as an empty shell, expressionless and unresponsive, reduced to a background character. Horrified, the boy continues alone until he encounters the lost man. Realizing the boy is real, they team up. Together, they progress through multiple exits. The boy silently identifies anomalies with uncanny accuracy. They escape darkness, rats, blood, crying babies, and false figures. At one point, the boy collapses after mistaking an anomaly for his mother. Later, he explains he intentionally ran away so she would follow him. The lost man admits he did the same once. They bond over their fear of their mothers and the absence of their fathers. They continue advancing, spotting inverted numbers, false doors, and distorted memories. The lost man sees a vision of himself trapped in the original subway crowd. They push onward to exit 6. Before moving ahead, the lost man asks the boy what he wants to do once they escape. The boy says he wants to eat cheese-filled pizza and gives the man a snail shell, saying it will protect him. With only 2 exits left, alarms suddenly blare and a massive flood rushes toward them. A vision flashes of the lost man living happily with his girlfriend and child, the same boy, on a beach. Back in reality, the lost man saves the boy by placing him atop a signpost but is swept away by the water. After the flood recedes, the boy wakes alone and continues onward, eventually reaching exit 7. In the final stage, the boy finds no anomalies and exits successfully. Soon after, the lost man appears, carefully checking everything. He finally reaches exit 8 and sees a staircase. Hope returns. He emerges into a normal subway station, phone signal restored. He calls his ex and tells her he is coming to see her and that he has changed his mind about the baby. But once inside the train, history repeats itself. The same crying baby, the same angry passenger, the same silent crowd. Realizing the loop continues, the lost man no longer freezes. Instead, he turns around to confront the bully as the film ends. This concludes the movie. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please support it and subscribe for more recaps. Goodbye.